Alrighty guys, good to have you back on another video of NieR Reincarnation, and today Subjugation is officially dead. Yep, you heard that right. Subjugation is dead since the last 3 months, and it will remain dead for at least another 3 months. And the reason why is here in the notices. Subjugation Battle Season 4. So we'll start in a couple of hours from recording this video. And here we have all the element traits of the cursed gods. So it's basically a description of wave 1, 2, and 3 for every affinity, and you see what the enemy will do. And it is a recommended loadout skill as well, so you can deal with the mechanic in a pretty efficient way. So, first things first, there is nothing really new for Season 4, except that in Wave 3, we now have this here on the very bottom, user skill which cancels enemy status buffs. And this will mean you can't really bring anymore some Valiant supports into Wave 3 of Subjugation. So like, who's a good example? For example, NieR. He has a 15% Valiance buff for the party, which lasts 60 seconds. And after the enemy uses the big AoE skill, and uses the skill which cancels enemy status buffs, you will lose this attack up buff. So, it is applicable for all the timed buffs in the game, except for things like elemental boon increases, but attack up is affected by that, as well as defense up and like agility up. So yeah, you don't really use these, but the attack up buff is a pretty big deal here, because it helps to build that 100% attack up buff. And if you can't have this base increase anymore, it's gonna be pretty hard for a lot of players to reach 100% attack up, because there are only a few selective weapons which can give all the party AoE attack up. So this is the biggest change in Season 4. It is against the fire moves, it is against water, against wind, against light, against dark. So it's everywhere the same, and the rest is pretty much the same as with Season 3 as well. And then we have new resonant costumes that get increased attack and reduced cooldowns. So we have the newest abyssal versions of Noel 063Y, then of course the Xenoalus collab units, Udil, Abstract Udil, Shadowbound Rion, and Abstract Ruler. So these are the first costumes that received this bonus for Season 4. And yeah, the rest is the same. And yeah, unfortunately Subjugation is dead. So as you can see, this Season 4 will last until, is there a date here? Yeah, the February 19th. So yeah, this is almost 4 months. 4 months up till now. The mode is dead. I don't know what Applebot is intending to do with Subjugation, but it's certainly not working, because less and less people go to Subjugation, actually play this game mode, because it's quite tedious to build your teams. Although I feel pretty much satisfaction whenever I finish my team building, because it's like a puzzle mystery, and you look for the best pieces that fit to the task you're trying to accomplish. But the resetting part in Subjugation is very tedious. Okay, you reset like a wave, half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, until you get the perfect run of RNG, and then you move on to the next wave, and you rinse and repeat until you have it for every 3 waves. And just like that, we have like 10 hours resetting over the course of 2 days. Greetings to young Jesus. He just got his first triple S10 score against the light Subjugation god with his dark team. So that goes to show that a lot of work has to put into Subjugation. And what actually is the benefit of it? Okay, I can't show you the rewards here, but the goal basically for every player is get triple S1 for every affinity, and then you're good to go. Everything up until this point or further is up to you what you want to do with Subjugation. You can leave it like that for the rest of the season and get the maximum amount of antlers, which helps in the Cursed God Monument, and there is no increase in that. So if you have triple S1, you get the same as people that have triple S10. The only difference is gold coins, and gold coins used to be the resource to max your subjugation weapons. But at this point, literally almost all the players have maxed their weapons. And for Season 4, we don't get increased rewards, we don't get new weapons, we don't get new mechanics, as you can see. Okay, there's a little challenge in every wave 3 now, which makes it a bit harder to get good scores. But besides that, it's not really worth it to reset for 2 hours, for 3 hours. I mean, this is some sort of a rant, yes, and I'm doing this because I really like Subjugation. I really like pumping out big numbers, having a thought out team build beforehand, so you can plan out little things and you then go to gameplay and work that out for your own, and then you go back to the loadout and you figure out, okay, that wasn't actually what I wanted to do, so I have to change things around. And yeah, so all this yeah, I don't know, all this team building factor, this is cool, but why should I do that now? I mean, I can repeat my scores, which are pretty good, and I can get more gold coins. Okay, but for what? I mean, there's literally no reason why I should have gold coins in this game as of right now. I can't buy anything. I have all the weapons maxed, and there is nothing to do for me. And I know for a fact that a lot of players have the same feeling. So when we go to exchange here, you can see I have 25,000 bronze coins, I have 36,000 silver coins, and I have 15,000 gold coins. And what is the point? Every refresh of the month, I buy the black pearl and the gold antlers for bronze. Every refresh of the month, for silver, I only buy the gold antlers because I have everything else. And for gold, I don't buy anything because gold antlers are way overpriced. I mean, for 50, you have to spend almost 5,000. I mean, that is insane, okay? That is insane. That is like over a month work, you know, over a month daily reset and so on. And for 50, I don't get the point, you know. When we look back at Season 1 of Subjugation, this was, yeah, I mean, Season 1 was the first season, of course. A lot of people weren't able to get triple S10, triple S1 scores there. And so the change for Season 2 was basically just some small adjustments to the strength of the moose. And besides that, a couple of gameplay mechanics which actually helped the players. You know, there was more reliable targeting for the moose in Wave 2 based off of defense or attack values. And for example, against the light boss, they introduced burn, so it was actually a lot easier to get into caged vigor range. And that helped out quite a lot of people. And this was a good change, because back then, like I said in Season 1, only a couple of people reached triple S1 scores. And then the people had the chance to catch up, you know. adjusting the difficulty only a bit, but players had enough time to strengthen their account even further, get more weapons, evolve weapons, etc., etc. And then they were able to do it. Then Season 3 came around. And Season 3 was basically the same, only small changes. Was that bad? Well, a lot of the whales have lost interest in Subjugation because they were done with it. And I think it was okay. It was okay that there were only small changes, because we had the 1.5 anniversary, we had the Persona 5 Royal collaboration, and now we had the Sinuelos collaboration. So a lot of new players that didn't have the chance to tackle Subjugation yet, and for them I think it was pretty good. But now we're in the 4th season by tomorrow, and there's again no changes to this game mode. I mean, what else is left here? If I remember correctly, they said in a director's letter that they think of a revamp for Subjugation, and I think at this point that's the only possible choice for them in the end, because this game mode is dead. They literally killed a game mode inside a game for over half a year. This is insane. I mean, how can they do that? How can they do that? I mean, it's beyond my imagination why they haven't put any effort inside Subjugation. Every other aspect in the game that got improved, you know? We have some upgrades or a revamp or whatever. Everything else in the game is cool. I really like it. I really like Subjugation, but at this point it's so boring. I mean, I ask myself, okay, what is the reason to play Subjugation anymore? I just skip it every day for the next 4 months. I mean, this is beyond my belief. I mean, why? So, if you have any idea, please let me know in the comments. But yeah, other than that, unfortunately, the first sad video about NieR Reincarnation here on my channel, and I have no words. I really hope the future is bright, and I really hope the directors, the gameplay managers, they have something in mind for Subjugation, because I don't really want to think about Subjugation Season 5 with only small changes again. Then it's like almost a year that this game mode is dead, and I can't take that. And I hope you can't take that again as well. Because I follow some Japanese Twitter accounts. Japanese players, they are heavily into NieR Reincarnation Twitter, okay? And I saw literally no one grateful that there isn't anything new. Everyone was complaining, or like they were bored because, oh well, it's a new season, but is there anything new? No. Okay, so it's a skip fest for the next 4 months. Okay. More time for other things. I mean, that's insane. You have to provide something interesting for the players, because otherwise they will look for something else. And if they kill literally a whole game mode inside a mobile game, which doesn't have that many game modes, I don't know, I don't think that's good business. Anyway, if you stayed to this second into the video, I wanted to thank you very much for listening. Maybe you have some feedback about my little rant here, and let me know if you think about 1 or 2 things otherwise, and let's have a discussion about it. I'm open for feedback of any form, so yeah, see you in the comments. Other than that, I wish you, despite all of this rant here, a nice rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.